All right. Hi guys. This video will be in English because I just actually want to spread the word in English more and more about the impulse weapons and my father's research and patent. So here's the deal. I start getting people start writing me and say, now we believe you. Great. The thing is that a lot of people has no information about use of impulse weapon. And recently, as I said, there was recently, but within the last 2 years, there was a CBS 60 Minutes pieces done, or they call "Who Kills Americans," and there were several journalists and people who are connected to Pentagon. They were talking about impulse weapons and impulse weapons that they were used on people of authority and connected to State Department, World Trade Organizations, not World Trade Organization, but organizations that are like spread all over the world, connected to China, Russia, and some European countries and the former countries of Soviet Union. And there were people, as I said, about 1,000 people were told, about 1,000 people that were hit with impulse weapons with massive brain damage. With the recent death of a former CIA agent, it was a woman who, after impulse weapons was used on her, she developed a mutation of her liver and died. As well, I want to add my mother to it. My mother had all of the symptoms of impulse weapons that were used on her. This is the way it is. Plus, I had, for me, that I felt I had two uses on me. And, you know, one of the worst, actually, it was mentioned in this attack was in Venezuela. When you are hit with impulse weapons, you have sudden nosebleed, not sudden like a second, but within a few minutes you develop nosebleed. This is what my mother had, and actually I had. Plus, to shut her ass up in Atlanta, I had poisoning, and the person who was supposed to tell me who can have access to my apartment, he was de facto executed with the Atlanta Midtown shooting in August 2022. And I wasn't able to talk to him and to get any information. And my mother, as I explained, was they call them now unalived, you know, just because of information that she had about spreading specific nuclear technology in Africa. And she worked in Africa, both her husbands work in Africa, and so she knew a lot of stuff. Plus, she herself worked with Cubans a long time ago in the 60s when there was a Cuban Missile Crisis, and then she worked in Angola for a year before she became a professor in University of Angola, Luanda. She worked with the Cubans, training them on ballistic missiles, and because ballistic missiles were actually developed in Kharkiv, Ukraine. This is where we are from, even though we left a long time ago. So what I have to say is this, that with Maduro attack, people will start getting more awareness about impulse weapons. The company that's related to Pentagon is called Advanced Echelon LLC, that first declared that there was an impulse attack on people, and what they do, they keep tracking of attacks that create anomaly in health. And first it was 1,000 people. Last time I checked, there was number 1,500 people. And as I said, most of those are people that were connected to the State Department, to FBI, CIA, and as well connected to researching Russia and Eastern European countries, the possibility of technologies that they are transferred between both sides. And the trick is, nobody wants to talk about it still. And this type of information being shut down. And you see, there is 1 year of Trump administration. I didn't have any results yet. So as I said, my trick is very simple. I'm getting older, so I'm going to be 64 this year, and I am interested in simply getting some of my father's research because it's already proven. You see, it's done really, really smart when they steal your technology of your, when they steal the technology of you that you possess, you will have no access to the patents because they're located in a different country. And in order to reach, you have to go through a massive hard labor in a way and a lot of money. So when they gang stalk you and like they rob my apartment for $200,000, they deprive me of this money. And then if you try to complain and talk stuff, they tell you you're racist or you are some kind of a bad person. They try to bullshit you to divert attention to different things instead of money and instead of even bigger money in case if you try to get your research of your family back. And it's done, as I said, that's what it is. It's almost a year in March when my apartment got sold and I still didn't have any of the revenue. So, as I said, I will see what I can do. But as I said, when I have money, I stay in a hotel. When I don't have money, I sleep in a car. So, when you sleep in a car, you get sick. You got the fact that they can run you through several medical conditions that will end your life really fast after a while. Like they'll call, oh, it's natural causes. No, it's not natural causes. It's creating of circumstances that you can get sick and then you're done because you cannot compete further. See what I mean? So, after the situation, as I said, there are 32 Cubans, personal security guards, were killed during the attack as casualties. And what is interesting is that first, within the last 3 years, the Congress of the United States declared a thing called Havana Syndrome. Havana, which is the capital of Cuba. And the question is where Cubans got the technology, because people who work in American embassy in Cuba, and not just an American embassy, but there was a very interesting hit in Havana, not Havana, I apologize, in Miami, but there were a guy supposedly Russian arrested and then disappeared when he got deported, and they're talking about that he was FBI informant as well. So there's so much stuff there that people say, is it bullshit or not? But the thing is, as I say, people are going to be aware of situations related to impulse weapons. The trick is where I can get inquiries done to get some money. All right. You have a good day. I'll have another few videos. I'm actually, let's see if I will try to have a hotel today or not.